Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We're going to get through this.
Floyd Mayweather, the architect of an empire built on infinite wealth, unwavering dominance, and absolute control, now allegedly confronts what insiders describe as the most catastrophic financial meltdown of his legendary career. Industry whispers and boxing media reports suggest Netflix is mobilizing to seize his assets, with potential consequences that dwarf previous celebrity financial scandals. This transcends routine contract disagreements or standard business disputes, evolving into a tempest so massive it threatens to demolish the very pillars supporting the Money Team dynasty and force boxing's most affluent superstar to witness his kingdom crumble in devastating real time.
Everybody know about business. You don't keep that type of money in just regular account. So I had to wire the money from somewhere. Okay. So I wired the money to the account, and when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit get done. Because the thing is that I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating and do all the control.
Throughout his reign, Floyd Mayweather displayed a seemingly impenetrable lifestyle of corporate jets, diamond timepieces, palatial estates, bottomless currency reserves, and a meticulously crafted persona suggesting he had conquered financial strategy superior to any athlete in entertainment history. However, beneath this polished veneer of invincibility, emerging intelligence indicates something far more sinister may be unfolding, with sources alleging the unbeaten champion faces mounting psychological strain, complete emotional depletion, and escalating battles as successive monetary crises compound exponentially. Should even portions of these allegations prove accurate, this narrative extends far beyond athletic competition into the potential destruction of sport's most deliberately constructed public facade.
Today, to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Mayweather.
The epicenter of this brewing catastrophe involves Manny Pacquiao and a Netflix-supported combat agreement that has allegedly metamorphosed into a legal catastrophe for Mayweather. Multiple industry authorities claim Floyd purportedly executed 3 distinct contractual arrangements tied to Pacquiao's promotional organization, secured substantial preliminary compensation, then subsequently attempted to manipulate public perception by recharacterizing the September 19th Sphere encounter as merely an exhibition showcase. This strategic maneuver, according to circulating reports, may have fundamentally altered the trajectory of events, transforming what appeared to be calculated legacy protection into a decision potentially generating ramifications, extending far beyond professional boxing boundaries.
It's one of the places that they talked about, so we don't know if it's 100% going to be there, and this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
Pacquiao's representatives have maintained vocal opposition to Mayweather's revised characterization. Intelligence suggests Manny Pacquiao's promotional executives emphasized their unwavering position that this arrangement was never intended as a recreational exhibition or ceremonial entertainment spectacle. Based on statements attributed to the promotion's chief executive in prominent sports media outlets, Mayweather allegedly guaranteed participation in a legitimate professional contest and now stands in flagrant violation of binding obligations through his public reframing attempts. The communication emanating from Pacquiao's organization remains unambiguous, resolute, and uncompromising, asserting the bout remains active, contractual terms remain enforceable, and Floyd Mayweather bears sole responsibility for the breach.
Mayweather is in a breach. He is officially in a breach. He's been in a breach since the day he went out and said what he said on Saturday, but he's officially in a breach as of yesterday. He has a cure period. There are certain things that he needs to do, and he has multiple breaches, not just one.
The financial ramifications under discussion transcend manageable penalties, entering territory described as absolutely staggering by those monitoring the situation. Warnings from individuals connected to the dispute suggest Mayweather potentially faces liability ranging from 8-figure to 9-figure damages should the conflict reach full escalation. Simplified calculations indicate alleged consequences beginning around $100 million, with potential increases based on the legal team's aggressive pursuit of the case. For an individual whose entire brand depends on projecting financial invulnerability, even the perception of such exposure creates devastating optical challenges that could permanently alter public perception of his business acumen.
Stating, we used to say,
It's a professional fight.
not as an exhibition. It was never booked as an exhibition, which makes sense because Netflix got behind it, and I would assume that they would not want an exhibition. We said the other day, I think it was actually yesterday, we said that this fight has to be a real fight and not an exhibition because, one, Netflix is involved, two, Manny Pacquiao wants that get back.
But what truly makes this situation...
The escalating concern centers on Netflix potentially advancing beyond demanding restitution or initiating standard legal procedures. Circulating intelligence suggests legal strategies may target tangible assets throughout Mayweather's commercial network, transforming this dispute from a simple contractual disagreement into a comprehensive assault on his accumulated wealth. This development allegedly threatens collateral holdings, business leverage, and the terrifying prospect that actual real estate, legitimate business investments, and brand-affiliated enterprises could become entangled in the expanding legal warfare. Should such scenarios materialize, the resulting damage to Mayweather's carefully cultivated image could prove irreversible and complete.
Saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what's his feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract we signed is a real fight.
Real fight, okay. Yeah, because I know he's...
Prior to examining Netflix's reported strategic response, Pacquiao himself has intensified tensions with statements suggesting extraordinary precautionary measures this time. According to available reports, Manny deliberately secured Mayweather's signature first, allegedly applying lessons learned from their historically complex and frustrating negotiation experiences. This revelation carries enormous significance, indicating the arrangement transcended informal celebrity agreements or ambiguous handshake understandings. Pacquiao's representatives assert Floyd possessed complete knowledge of his commitments, fully understood the contest's nature, accepted the structural framework, and proceeded with absolute awareness of the implications.
That's proposed of exhibition that was long time ago, year after our first fight, but I didn't agree. And then I want a real fight. So he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight. And he got his advance. So there's no reason to make excuses of that.
Pacquiao reportedly emphasized another crucial detail that dramatically intensifies the situation's gravity. Mayweather had already received substantial advance compensation. This factor fundamentally alters the dispute's emotional context, because advance payments transform public perception from confusion to definitive commitment. If reports prove accurate, Floyd progressed beyond mere fight discussions to signing documentation, collecting payment, and moving forward with the arrangement. Consequently, when the narrative subsequently shifted toward exhibition terminology, critics immediately questioned the logic echoing throughout boxing media. If this was always intended as an exhibition, why accept compensation structured for professional competition?
If this is all true, then he absolutely is in breach of contract, and he's trying to scam Netflix, of all people. Floyd, we know, is a serious...
Boxing journalists now claim the advance compensation may significantly exceed initial public estimates, with boxing insiders suggesting that when observers speculated about multi-million-dollar upfront payments, those familiar with the actual figures indicated the true amount substantially surpasses those projections. This detail dramatically amplifies the story's intensity because it suggests the payment transcended symbolic deposits or placeholder amounts, instead representing a massive financial commitment that made subsequent attempts to reverse or modify the agreement exponentially more dangerous and costly.
Auntie.
Floyd Mayweather, talking about, he thought that this fight that he had with Pacquiao was an exhibition. He took an advance pay for 3 fights.
Right.
And now they're saying he's in breach of contract because he said that.
Then comes...
The complexity intensifies, as reports indicate the contractual structure involved multiple layers rather than simple agreements. Sources claim Mayweather signed documents across different dates with various parties involved, with these separate arrangements ultimately consolidated into a comprehensive final framework. More troubling still, allegations suggest Mayweather secured loans against his guaranteed compensation, meaning this situation extends beyond returning money or renegotiating terms to potentially involving borrowed funds against earnings not yet secured through fight completion.
Well, I mean, it's a cheap night, but I just try to use it. Okay.
My team has no money.
All right. My team has no money.
The money team has no money.
Such arrangements, according to insiders familiar with the matter, create virtually inescapable financial traps. Once contracts multiply across different stages, payments are distributed, loans are secured, and signatures accumulate through multiple phases. Withdrawal becomes financially devastating. Some reports claim Pacquiao's team possesses comprehensive documentation including digital signature records, device verification, timestamps, physical signatures, and additional evidence designed to prove Floyd Mayweather cannot reasonably claim misunderstanding. Should this evidence prove as thorough as described, legal defense options diminish significantly, while pressure on Mayweather intensifies dramatically.
With 20 million followers, but may not have 20 million in their bank account. So I choose fortune over fame.
The most alarming possibility involves Mayweather's fitness empire potentially becoming collateral damage in the expanding fallout. According to circulating reports, the gym franchise network bearing his name represents one of the most vulnerable business segments tied to the Money Mayweather brand, complicated by allegations that this franchise was already experiencing significant operational challenges before the Netflix controversy erupted. Should legal actions intensify to include asset seizure or forced liquidation discussions, the gym empire could become a primary target, delivering a symbolically devastating blow by demonstrating that the Mayweather name no longer provides protection for businesses built around his identity.
What's so disappointing with me, Skip, Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. You got bales and bales of money. You might have 30, 40 racks.
Earlier reports from this year painted an increasingly troublesome picture surrounding the Mayweather fitness brand, with legal threats, branding conflicts, fraud allegations, contractual complaints, and questions regarding name and likeness usage entering public discourse. Simultaneously, additional claims surfaced suggesting employees at various locations faced unpaid wages, facility closures, and serious internal operational instability. For a businessman who invested years convincing the world that every decision generated success, these developments present the opposite narrative: confusion, financial distress, reputational destruction, and a franchise network struggling to maintain basic stability.
That I'm not that sharp and I'm not that smart, then why should I give you guys my business plan? Why should I reveal my business plan? It's obvious if I've been a multi-millionaire and made over $1 billion by the time I was 40, I think I made over, $1.2 billion with no endorsement deals.
The situation deteriorates further, as reports claim multiple brand-associated locations had already ceased operations or encountered landlord actions over unpaid obligations. This means, should a powerful entity attempt pressuring Mayweather through business assets, the gym network may lack solid operational foundation to begin with. Some observers fear continued financial pressure could result in the entire operation being liquidated, downsized, placed under external control, or systematically dismantled. The embarrassment potential is staggering, should a brand built on Floyd's name, image, and legacy be forced into survival mode, while global audiences witness the deterioration.
I think it got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
All that money?
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money is gone.
Simultaneously, Mayweather reportedly faces pressure from multiple additional directions, transforming this situation from an isolated dispute into comprehensive financial crisis. Claims include major litigation tied to Showtime and former executives, allegations of extensive financial fraud involving individuals previously close to Floyd's career, and accusations that substantial sums may have been misappropriated or misdirected. Regardless of these claims' ultimate validity, the emerging pattern is unmistakable. Despite generating enormous career earnings, Mayweather may now confront simultaneous financial battles across multiple fronts. The tax complications add an entirely different risk category, with reports claiming the IRS imposed multi-million-dollar liens against Mayweather for unpaid obligations, creating additional major threats against his assets. This pressure differs fundamentally from social media controversies or sports gossip, because tax authorities remain indifferent to reputation, celebrity status, undefeated records, or luxurious lifestyles, focusing exclusively on collection. And when a public figure appears to manage contract disputes, lawsuits, unpaid business obligations, and brand instability simultaneously, IRS involvement only reinforces the image of deteriorating financial control.
Like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really. Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy. Yeah, spends like.
Additional claims involving unpaid aviation fuel accounts, luxury jewelry disputes, and other high-profile financial complaints continue feeding internet fascination with this developing story. Social media users repeatedly ask the same challenging question: how does an individual who reportedly earned over $1 billion become surrounded by allegations of unpaid balances, business chaos, tax troubles, and failing ventures? This contradiction creates viral content because it directly challenges the identity Floyd marketed globally, raising fundamental questions about the sustainability of his carefully constructed image should the money management prove inadequate.
On February 3rd, 2026, Floyd Mayweather filed a lawsuit in California against Showtime Networks and Steven Espinoza, claiming they helped his former advisor, Al Heyman, misappropriate a huge chunk of his fight earnings to the tune of $340 million.
The Hollywood elements add dramatic flair to an already intense situation, with reports suggesting Pacquiao has appeared around gym facilities previously connected to Mayweather branding, accompanied by discussions of these spaces undergoing transformation under Manny's direction instead. Whether symbolic or strategic, this imagery carries powerful implications. Pacquiao confidently occupying territory once associated with Floyd, while Mayweather faces contractual pressure, accusations, and financial uncertainty. For audiences, this transcends business dynamics, resembling psychological conquest where Manny appears to directly infiltrate Floyd's domain while Floyd struggles to prevent his world from collapsing around him.